In the heart of a quiet village there lived a clockmaker named Henry. He was a man of precision and patience, his hands skilled at crafting intricate timepieces that were the envy of the town. But his greatest creation was not made of gears and springs, it was born of love and loss. Henry's wife, Eleanor, had been his everything. Her laughter filled their home, her kindness touched everyone she met, and her love gave Henry a purpose beyond his work. When she fell ill, Henry devoted himself to her care, but despite his efforts, Eleanor passed away, leaving him heartbroken. In the months that followed, Henry withdrew from the world. He spent his days in his workshop, surrounded by the ticking of clocks that seemed to echo the emptiness in his heart. One night, as he sat alone, an idea came to him, a way to keep Eleanor close. He began to build a clock unlike any other. It was grand and ornate, with delicate carvings of flowers and birds, each detail a tribute to Eleanor's beauty and spirit. At its center was a small golden heart that pulsed in time with the ticking. Henry poured his grief and love into every piece, working tirelessly until the clock was complete. When he finished, he placed it in the center of their home, its chimes filling the silence. Every morning, Henry wound the clock and spoke to it as if Eleanor were there. He told her about his day, his thoughts, his dreams, and though she never answered, the steady ticking of the clock felt like a comforting presence. The townspeople marveled at the clock, calling it a masterpiece. They asked Henry how it worked, but he only smiled and said, "It runs on love." They laughed, thinking it a romantic notion, but Henry knew the truth. The clock was a part of him, a manifestation of his enduring bond with Eleanor. Years passed, and Henry grew old. His hands, once steady, began to tremble, but he never missed a day winding the clock. One winter morning, the townspeople noticed the clock had stopped. They rushed to Henry's home and found him in his chair, a peaceful smile on his face, his hand resting on the clock. When they tried to restart it, they discovered something astonishing. The clock had no mechanism, no gears, no springs, nothing to power its movement. It had run for decades on nothing but Henry's love and grief. As they stood in silence, the golden heart at the center of the clock gave one final pulse, then stilled. The townspeople buried Henry beside Eleanor, the clock standing as a monument to their love, and though it never ticked again, it remained a symbol of the power of love, a force that could transcend time itself.